What's good, YouTube? It's your boy, Blue Blood Sports TV, back at y'all with another one. So, the highly anticipated, undisputed middleweight showdown between two-time Olympic gold medalist, three-division world champion, undisputed in two separate weight classes, simultaneously was undisputed in two separate weight classes, became three-division world champion faster than anybody, male or female, in the history of the sport of boxing, in Claressa T-Rex Shields. Claressa Shields is 12 wins, no losses, no draw, 2 wins by way of knockout. She's 27 years of age, 5'8" with a 68-inch arm reach. She was set to take on her biggest rival and Olympic gold medalist, British superstar, world champion, in Savannah Marshall. Savannah Marshall is 12 wins, no losses, no draw, 10 wins by way of knockout, 31 years of age, 5'11", with a 71-inch arm reach. So, with that said, the fight was scheduled to take place tomorrow in the UK, okay? And due to unfortunate situation that took place for the Queen transitioning over in the UK, the fight has been postponed, as I told you guys it more than likely was going to be, right? And due to the fight being postponed, the weigh-in was private today with Claressa Shields. She made weight. And the fight has now been postponed to October 15th because they're going to go into a 10-day mourning period. And all sports and all events will be suspended for 10 days. Now, tomorrow's the 10th, September 10th. The fight is going to be postponed a whole month and 5 days out. 5 weeks. It's going to be postponed, right? And get this. Now it's going to land on. Now, this was the first all-female card, women's boxing card, with this magnitude in the history of sport of boxing. You have also a big unification showdown between Alicia Baumgardner and Michaela Maya on the undercard. Michaela Maya, right? That's a huge fight on the undercard, co-main event. That's also being postponed, obviously, because it's the same card. Now, they are going to reschedule it to October 15th. Why is that a problem? Why is that a setup, Blue? Because it takes away from each other. Because it lands on the same day that undefeated, undisputed, lightweight world champion, superstar boxer, Devin the Dream Haney, 28 wins, no losses, no draw, 15 wins by way of knockout. He's 23 years of age, 5'9.5" with a 72-inch arm reach. He's going into his rematch, immediate rematch, with former unified lightweight world champion, Australian star boxer, George Kambosos Jr., who is 20 wins, 1 loss, no draw, 10 wins by way of knockout, 29 years of age, 5'9" with a 68-inch arm reach. That's scheduled to take place in Australia, October 15th. Then you also have the return of Olympic bronze medalist, former WBC American heavyweight world champion, superstar boxer, Deontay the Bronze Bomber Wilder. 42 wins, 2 losses, 1 draw, 41 big wins by way of knockout, 36 years of age, 6'7" with a 83-inch arm reach, taking on Robert Helenius, heavyweight star title contender. Also October 15th, here at Brooklyn, the Barclays Center in New York. So it's going to pull from each other. One in Australia, one in the States, the other in the UK. Okay? It's going to pull from each other. It's going to divide the fans. Now, American fans are going to be completely divided. So the support for these African American fighters is going to be divided. It's going to be estranged. How could you go to Devin Haney's fight in Australia? How could you go to Claressa Shields' fight in the UK? And how could you go to Deontay Wilder's fight in the United States? So you're forced to have to choose now which one you want to go to and which ones you want to support. right? On top of which, Devin Haney has signed a multi-fight deal with legendary promoter, top-ranked CEO Bob Arum and ESPN. Mikael Maya is also with ESPN. Alicia Baumgartner is with Matchroom and DAZN. Claressa Shields is independent. Deontay Wilder is with the PBC, Premier Boxing Champions. So you mean to tell me they couldn't find another date to reschedule and postpone this fight? All the dates from here on out, they could not find another date to reschedule and postpone this fight. It had to land on the same day as Deontay Wilder and Devin Haney. So now midday in the UK, because about, you say it's 5, 6 o'clock in the evening, because that's 5 hours ahead here in New York. So 5, 6 in the evening here is about 11 o'clock at night, 10, 11 o'clock at night, right? That's the time Claressa Shields will be fighting. But now if you're here in the States, you preparing to, if you're going to Deontay Wilder fight, you ain't got time to sit down and watch that card, because now you scramble around, you looking to be able to prepare to go to Deontay Wilder fight. And at the same token, now Devin Haney is going to be fighting in Australia. It doesn't, it's made to order to conflict with each other. So that way, you don't have to pay out, because here's the thing at the end of the day. It limits your success. If Deontay Wilder was the only fight on, all the attention would be on Deontay Wilder from the sport boxing world. If Claressa Shields was the only fight on, all the attention would be on Claressa Shields. If Devin Haney was the only one fighting, all the attention would be on Devin Haney. But now they have to compete with each other, let alone other sporting events that's going to be taking place here in the States. Because now college football has started back, and that's a big weekend for college football. Also, the NFL has started back, and by that time, the NBA is going to be back. So now you're going to be competing with all other major sports as well. And October is the World Series and the pennant for baseball. So now the numbers of each of these fighters are going to suffer. You can't tell me that they could not find another date to reschedule Claressa Shields and Savannah Marshall, as big of a fight this is. Why would you want it to compete with Deontay Wilder's fight as a pay-per-view event? So now you have Deontay Wilder fight. If you're a fight fan and you have to make a choice because your funds is limited, well, do I want to pay for pay-per-view for Deontay Wilder? Do I want to pay for pay-per-view for Claressa Shields? Or could I just watch Devin Haney for free? I'm gonna watch Devin Haney for free. Why am I gonna play ESPN Plus $7.99 or whatever DAZN is gonna charge to showcase the fight? Or pay the pay-per-view $60 to $80 for Deontay Wilder's fight, when I could just go watch Devin Haney fight for free and then learn about the results of the fight on YouTube, the other fights. So along with the piracy in the sport of boxing, they set fights up to conflict with one another, and I strongly believe this is done so that the powers that be can use that as leverage to go back to the fighters and say, well, your numbers ain't doing etc., so why do we have to pay you, so on and so forth. Again, we found out the fight was postponed yesterday. I told you guys on the live stream the fight was going to be postponed yesterday, right? And here today, they announce it's postponed, but immediately give you a date of October 15th. Because I told you guys yesterday that it was going to be postponed yesterday. But here I had people coming in my comment section talking about I'm not telling the truth and I'm misguiding and misleading the people and giving them misinformation because the fight is going to continue. I told you guys the email information I got yesterday told me and suggested that the fight was going to be canceled and postponed. So yesterday means that they already made plans. They already had an idea that the fight was going to be postponed. And the makeup date was the 15th. They didn't think to look around and say, what else is taking place that day so we don't have to compete, so we can maximize on this fight. It's not a coincidence. It's purposely done. Claressa Shields, Savannah Marshall is the biggest fight. She's in, again, the second biggest fight or the third biggest fight in women's boxing currently as it stands. You had her and Christina Hammer. Katie Taylor and Amanda Serrano was a massive, enormous headline at Madison Square Garden. And now Claressa Shields and Savannah Marshall. And it's going to strain that. Period. So let's see how this all unfolds and plays out. But that's all I got for y'all. Make sure you hit the like button. Drop a comment in the comment section. Let me know what y'all think. Y'all already know what it is. It's your boy Blue. Blue Blood Sports TV. Hate, like, comment, and subscribe. You haven't subscribed, hit the subscribe button. Hit the like button. Hit the bell icon to get all the new notifications. Follow me on Instagram at Blue Blood Sports TV, all one word. Y'all already know what it is. Shout out to the entire LDBC. Shout out to Black Media Rome. Make sure you like and share the videos. That's all I got for y'all. Peace.